How did the Romans turn lighting into an industrial enterprise? Stay with me, Laurent Chrzanovski, to find out in this next episode of the series Lighting Through the Ages. So it was very impressive to see that in less than one generation, markets that were predominantly overwhelmed by local or regional products, in less than one generation, they were invaded by foreign products. Imagine an empire that had 4 times the size of the European Union and with only 2.5% tax. That was all that you had to pay from one province to another. So the best workshops settled near the best clay banks and specialized through the technique of the molding that was invented during Alexander's time, and they produced so massively that they could export in all their provinces, and it was exactly at the peak of their empowerment. So they went up to Netherlands on one side, they went up to Morocco, they went up to Armenia, they went deep in the desert in Libya, in Egypt. They were the masters of the Silk Road. So all that allowed the main factories, which were in the Aegean, in Rome, in Spain, in France, in Africa, and in Asia Minor, to export so huge quantities of lamps that the local potters could either become lamp makers by copying these lamps, and then we have the problem of the counterfeit. Well, a Roman lamp was made to be used, so the final customer did not care if it was a counterfeit or not. But this is an interesting anecdote of history. And the second thing that seduced the whole Roman Empire is that by molding, you can close this area that before was used to power the oil, because you just have an oil hole and then you have the wick hole, so you can decorate it. So it means that the small children of London could see perfectly how an elephant was when the first elephant will reach London in 1876. And the Romans were so fond of animals that they pictured everything that was to be hunted or to be domestic, everything they liked. And they were so fond of what they saw in Egypt and in the desert that, of course, all these themes were privileged. The erotic scenes were privileged, the gladiatorial scenes. So the lamps for us are also a very important source of what were the tastes of the most humble, because they costed absolutely nothing. This was the real revolution, and it was the real first industrial revolution in the history of the world. Because in France, you could buy a lamp coming from the area of Izmir at the same price that the one made just in the same spot near the market. Did you know that some of the first counterfeits plied their trade on lamps? Tune in next time to follow the progress of domestic lighting in Roman times. Subscribe now and hit the bell button to hear about new episodes as they will arrive.